Welcome to the Ministry in this 3,000 point game of Tau versus the Guard. So we'll go over my army first. There's a brigade and a vanguard detachment and a super heavy auxiliary. So we'll go with the easy one first, the super heavy auxiliary. There he is, there's a storm surge. He's going to have the pulse driver cannon, and I've given the fragmentation, airburst fragmentation launchers instead of the flamers. The vanguard detachment, we've got the ghost skill. He's going to be rocking the fusion collider and 2 fusion guns, and he's got his 2 guns there. I know that's the raker there, but the other bit of the model is in the bottom of the box somewhere. I couldn't find it. We've got 2 squads of stealth suits, both with a sushi upgrade, who's also got a fusion blaster and a shield drone each. And so that's the 3 elites, and we're going to take Shadow Sun today, give her a run out, and she's coming with 2 shield drones and her command uplink drone. And then we're going to the battalion. So for HQs, we've got Dark Strider, so that's like the Pathfinder character guy there, and we've got the commander who's been upgraded to the Iridium armor, so you'll have a 2-up save in the XV8 suit. He's going to come with 2 shield drones, ignore the little marker light on that one. And the 3rd HQ, going to have a long strike. So obviously, just to keep it simple, all these guys are going to be Tau Sept. I know it would make sense to shift some of them and be other Septs and all that kind of stuff, but I'm going to try and keep it as simple as I can. Okay, so with that, we've got 2 hammerheads with smart missile systems and the railgun. We've got a Skyray with smart missile systems. Long Strike's also got 2 Seekers and smart missiles. We've got a Riptide with a fusion. With 2 plasma guns and his, just forgot the name of it now, that gun anyway. We've got 6 squads of 5 Fire Warriors with a sushi upgrade, all stock. We've got a squad of XV8s there, so they're going to rock 6 shield drones with them. They're all double fusions, and the squad leader, who I put in white there, he's got the 4-up shield. The ghost skill has also got the upgrades to give him a 4-up shield and the targeting relay, so he doesn't get the minuses for moving and fire heavy weapons. This guy's got the same one, and this guy's got the 4-up in-run shield on his upgrades. All rocking fusions and the upgraded Iridium suit on that guy and a 4-up shield, so he can soak some wounds. 2 squads of Pathfinder stock, and we've got a marksman there. There's a bit of support for the marker lights. We've got a Piranha. It's just going to have the burst gun on today, not the fusion blasters. And that rocks in at 3,000 points with 16 command points now after the FAQ, I believe. 16 command points. Right, and this is what 3,000 points of Cadian Guard looks like. So do you want to point out what you've got, Keith? And we'll go through it. I think you've got a brigade as well and a...
And there's Supreme Command.
Supreme Command,
yeah. With the brigade, I've got 2 basilisks. They've got heavy bolters on the front, not flamers.
Yeah.
2 Ivans, again with
heavy
2
bolters.
bolters.
Yeah.
2 devil dogs with melter cannons and multi-melters. 2 sentinels with last cannons and the chainsaw thing as well.
Hedge trimmers.
The hedge trimmers, that's one, yeah. Pask, obviously. He's got 2 multi-melters. He's got one the battle cannon and last cannon. Here we've got company commander and company command squad with snipers and a Voxcaster.
Nice.
Heavy weapons team with last cannons,
yeah,
which will be going inside the super heavy. 4 bull guns with the slab shields and brute maul.
Getting up close and personal, these guys.
Yep. And then we've got 3 10-man squad of Cadian Guards, yeah, that's one. With 2 with melee guns and 1 with a plasma. And obviously Voxcasters as well, so I get the orders.
Yeah.
I've got a platoon commander with 20 white shields, conscripts.
Yeah. He's got the relic, you're giving him the dagger, the outflanking dagger.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah. And also the flyer as well, the Valkyrie. The water pods and the last cannon.
Yeah.
And then the Supreme Command, I've got super heavy with a Bane hammer, with sponson, last cannons and heavy bolters all around. And 3 tank commanders, Vanquisher, Demolisher and Puncher.
And they're rocking all heavy bolters as well.
Heavy bolters, apart from the Voucher's got a last cannon on the front.
10 heavy bolters on that guy. Boy, there's a lot of heavy bolters in this
heavy
army.
bolters, yeah.
That's good.
That's it. Obviously, Warlord trait is Grand Strategist, and I'm using the Q of Squilla as well, so I can steal some points.
Farm and command points away, and it'll be a battalion, isn't it, in a Supreme Command, not a brigade?
Yeah, battalion, yeah.
Sorry, I think I said brigade, because I took a brigade. And who's the Warlord going to be?
That'll be my company commander.
He's down this company commander, yeah, so he's got the killer. And mine, I'm going to make it this guy. I was tempted with Dog Strider the other day, just let him chill out in the back and stuff, but we're going to make it that guy, and his Warlord trait is going to be the precision of the Hunter. So he can reroll 1 against tanks when he rolls the wound.
That's good.
Because there's a lot of tanks.
There's a few.
Just a few. This could be very interesting. So what made it even more interesting when we're rolling for the game is we've got contact lost, which is we start off with one card, and then obviously you draw a card for every objective you hold at the start of your turn. So 2 armies that like to sort of sit back and form gun lines and shoot from distance are going to be forced to move around. I don't know, see how it plays out. Might favour me with a couple of stealthy units being able to drop in. But then again, there's a lot of tank and bow control there from the Guard. So we'll have a look at the table. Right, and this is the table setup today. So we're coming from obviously, well, it's an Imperial strong point at some. But I didn't obviously know what you were bringing in terms of stuff. And ironically, you brought a flyer and there's the landing pad in the middle there. So we've got a good spread of objectives as well today. So we've got this sort of area here with all the mountains and the sort of craters for a bit of cover. Objective 5's there, and the table's going to be spearhead assault, so it'll be the very deep sort of hammer and anvil type one. And these humongous red things are because I couldn't fit any dice down in the gaps of the mountains there. That's where the sort of tip of the spearhead is. So as I said, we've got objective marker there, and Keith plays the last objective. So the Guard are going to be down here. He's taking this area. And we've got a one right on the middle of the Sky Shield landing pad. Apologies for the light because the sun's just blaring through the windows at the minute. There's one up on the tower which I put down because I know Keith doesn't have very many units that can fly to sit and get it. And obviously flyer units can't score objectives. So he's gonna have to get up on here and run up and hop over and kind of stuff. Got an objective down here in the backfield and another one down there. So I'll be dropping a unit first. It's going to be close because we've got probably a similar amount of units, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So we'll come back once everyone's set up. Right, so the armies are deployed. This is the Guards line down here. Typical Guard. Here's the Tau player. All crammed in. Obviously there's units in there. Last cannon teams are in here with a squad of 10 guys as well. And Ogrins are in the fun bus. So that's going to be taking them upfield. Sitting already on a couple of objectives with a couple of attack squads, infantry squads there, so in a nice bit of cover. It's actually very interesting one on the setup because I think Keith picked the right one. He's limited my line of sight, but obviously he's massively limited, but it's going to force us both to push out and move, which will be interesting anyway. So the Tau deployed some of their stealth units, advanced. These went first before Keith had dropped these guys down because the stealth rule is they just have to be not in the enemy deployment zone and more than 12 inches from an enemy unit. And there wasn't any enemy units near them, miles away, weren't there, by the time when those guys went down. So we've got the Ghost Skill and the stealth teams there, stealth team up there sitting on an objective under that drone. And the battle suits down here, the Riptide and the Storm Surge. A lot of infantry models down here. The light's pretty bad, but it looks good. It's a Dawn Raid coming on or something, a Twilight battle. So the Sky Rays down here with a good line of sight. Down the table. So the Fire Warriors down here because I'm aware that there could be a big squad of 20 odd guys coming in on the flank. And then Longstrike and his tank posse down here. Again, with some Fire Warriors and some Pathfinders in support. So Keith went down a long time before me. So I'll roll first, see what I get. So Keith's going to add a +1. So the Tau have got a mighty 2 to beat. So it's the Guard, if they want it, to go first.
We'll have it.
So we'll see. I'm going to try and steal, because stealing's good.
Me as well. I would as well.
Oh, no. So we're going to come back. For this battle report, with the amount of dice we've got for the shooting phase and stuff, we'll just do an overview. So we'll do an overview at the end of the movement. There's no psychers on either side, which is a I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but it's a surprise. Yeah, it's a surprise. So yeah, we'll come back and do reviews because I don't think we're going to have a cyclic phase. Probably won't have much of a combat phase. It's mostly going to be a big shooting phase. And like I said, there's tons of gun and tons of dice. It will probably take all day. So we'll come back with a review of the movement phase, and then we'll let Keith shoot some fish. So Keith's been cheating. This is his card he drew. Hold the line. Oh, what a card. That's like Tau and Imperial Guard, like golden card. So obviously he's going to have more than enough units left to score that back.
Just need 3.
Yeah. Oh, it can't be scored on your first turn.
No, oh, right. Oh.
But anyway,
hopefully.
The Ravens are a unit, a single unit, but these are a single unit, but obviously Snipers, he's going to score it easily next turn anyway. So there's been a little shuffle around here. The Super Heavy's moved up. Obviously the guys inside will get the minus to hit, but he won't. I think the Vanquished has stayed still. The Devil Dogs are on the advance, and Pask's coming around to see what's going on.
No, it's not Pask.
Oh, it's not? Oh no, sorry, it's just the Tank Commander. Pask's playing a waiting game, I think, down here. The Ravens have held position. And the Flyer, that's the big move, zoomed as far over here as it can. Obviously wants to deliver those Ogrins early on, so we'll see what kind of damage this guy can do. And we'll come back. Like I said, normally I would show all the rolls and stuff, but there's just so much gun. We might do the odd one if there's something interesting going to happen and stuff like that, but we'll let Keith go into his firing phase and then we'll do a review when we come back. So the Guard have unleashed with a hell of a lot of gunfire, as I said, as we'll come back. So obviously a lot of the smaller squads there were not in range, but this big guy opened up everything he had into the Ghost Scale, along with one of the Basilisks, I believe, or a couple of the Basilisks, and obviously Keith used overlapping fields of fire as stratagem, so he could add a +1 to hit for other units after it's been wounded, which helped them out a lot, because otherwise he'd have been really struggling to hit that Ghost Scale. So we've lost a drone and he's down to 1 wound. He took absolutely shed loads of fire from everything. All the guns off this tank, the melter gun off this tank, heavy bolters off pretty much every tank in the back. I think that was in range, wasn't it?
Pretty much,
all the big guns off this. I think melters off this guy as well. Lots, absolutely lots. He did get first blood though. This tank's down to 2 wounds. Took a lot of fire. We lost a couple of Pathfinders here. Some indirect fire. One of these guys died to a Basilisk or rocket pod on this, yeah. And the Pathfinder squad that were here, sitting 2, are now dead. The Ravens, so one of the Ravens made very short work of those guys. But with that was the first blood. I think the Tau weathered a storm there. There was a lot of fire put into that Ghost Keel to try and get rid of him early, and a lot of saves made. It wasn't bad rolls. You hit a hell of a lot of times, but it was just a lot of 4-up in runs on the bigger guns like the Basilisks and the las cannons. I think just 2 battle cannon wounds went through, didn't they, in the end, causing 3 damage together or something.
Yeah, the las cannons was down.
So lucky turn. I don't think that'll repeat itself turn 2. So I think the Tau now have to hit back hard, and we'll see what card I get. So Keith's been cheating again. He's fiddled my cards. I just said pick any card you wouldn't like to draw with a Guard army, and he picked Advance, and that's what the Tau have drawn. I'm not using the Tau cards. I'm just using the standard deck. So, yeah, that's not going to happen with the Tau army ever, I don't think. Especially with this deployment, because it's so deep that it would just be not going to happen. So anyway, we'll come back after my movement. I've got to push out now and try and get some objectives, I think.
You never know. So
the Tau are coming on strong. So the commander's dropped in with the crisis suits, just over 9 away from this guy. We're aware that obviously if this goes, this is coming to the hot territory here. There's Ogrins in there. We want to try and get rid of those as quickly as we can. These tanks have all stayed still as of the Fire Warriors. Again, there's just weight of shots that can come up this way. The Pathfinders have stayed still. These units down here have stayed still. The Riptide didn't even move. Neither did the Ghost Keel. These stealth teams didn't move. Dog Strider didn't move. A little bit of shuffling up here, and this guy's come out. Super careful movement. We're just over 6 inches away from this guy, so yeah, even if he stays still, he re-roll his hits or whatever, but he'll have to, if he decides to shoot him next turn, he'll still be at the -2 if the drone's alive next time. So a slow little advance up by the Tau, but cautious because obviously my cards are rubbish. These Fire Warriors have just moved up here. actually the second squad I'm going to put up there as well. I forgot about that, rather than leaving there, because then if you kill 2 squads, it takes off that objective for my turn. And that's it, that's for the movement. So we're going to come back to the tower, we're going to unleash some hell and see if we can get rid of a unit or 2 and see how we do.
You basically really need metal tanks.
Yeah, so the tower have returned fire. The massively damaged ghost scale didn't really do anything. In fact, I think he whiffed big stale. You notice there's an Ogren left here and no jet. This took a lot of firepower, made a lot of saves and a lot of misses. Had to spend a stratagem on it to, I can't remember its name now, it's like overlapping fields of fire for 3 command points. So once we'd wounded it, with our units can add 1 to the wound roll, which proved pretty good because a lot of the sort of smart missile systems and stuff then come in and just ate away at the wounds eventually. I did throw an EMP grenade with another stratagem and missed on a 2-up, which was nice. So obviously the commanders and stuff like that. I think it was actually the commander who finished it off, and then when the Ogrens popped out, these guys put their fire in and killed 1 or 2 of them, and then obviously just the fire, lots of little shots from this guy, and then I failed to wound 4 times, I think, missed, didn't I, with these big battle cannon, didn't get a hit. So you managed to stay alive. Got rid of the melter tank, the devil dog, which was down there. This is fire from, I think 1 or 2 of these, and then commander over there, I think, put a fusion in. Yeah, the Riptide did a bit of split fire, a bit of plasma into these guys, and then put some damage, really good shooting up here. Knocked this tank down to 2 wounds. And then these guys just really tried to tickle that because they had a couple of Marker 8 hits on. I think we took a wound off it. Didn't we, with a Fire Warrior or something like that? And this guy's got 2 cluster rockets left after I put them into the flyer to start off proceedings. He got a couple of got a Marker 8 hit on it, and then he used the stratagem for the D3+1 and ended up with 4 Marker 8 hits, which was pretty good. So put a lot of small fire into it, which was out of range of everything else, to be fair, and helped take down the flyer. So not a massively, I think Keith was expecting us to remove 5 or 6 tanks or something, so obviously I didn't have a lot of gun in range. You know, there's big decisions to be made. I could have fit the commander down here, you know, or come down here or down there, but in the end I decided drop them in early down the bottom end. Yes, they're in the way of fire, but hopefully, you know, if Keith has another bad shooting phase, then it gives me the opportunity to then move up and hit him hard. And plus I know he has got some flanking units, so I want to push them off objectives as well if I can, and make sure they kind of get in and pester me down here, because I'm pretty safe, I think, down this side in terms of 9 inches. So what we'll do, we'll count up. Score at the minute is 1-0 because Keith's got first blood. So we'll come back when we draw his card, see how many cards he gets. So good cards for Keith there. Well, 2 are good now. Obviously Hold the Line's going to be an easy one for him to score. Hammer of the Emperor's killer unit that was controlling an objective marker at the start of this turn. And Secure 4 is a bit out of reach. We'll show you why. So Secure 4 is right down here. Even if he's outflanked as cut, well, there's no space for them to get on down here to be pushed out, but it's whether he sort of decides he's going to ditch that one, or maybe he's even keep a hold of it for now and come into play later on. But Hammer the Emperor, he's got, you know, 2 basilisks, 2 ribbons. Either one of these Fire Warrior squads dies and that's it, scored, or the stealth unit goes, or this stealth unit goes, or the drone unit, and then he's going to score that. So we'll come back. He's got a lot of movement and thinking to do here, and then we'll come back after his turn. Give a refresh, a review. Right, so the Guard have advanced. Well, some of them have. these guys have stayed still. The tank's moved up. Now, as I've got a Guard on myself, I know what's coming here. I've got a feeling the strat's going to be used, and this guy's going to use these tracks to run over some crisis suits, which I love, but I hope you fail. The basilisks have stayed put. All the units down here have stayed put because they're sitting pretty on some objectives. This guy's edged closer. He's going to go and take on the big beast here. Now obviously he'll not be within, you know, these guys aren't going to see him for helping out on the overwatch. So he's just tucked in nicely there at the bunker. And round here, look at that, well regimented. They've done their drill practice and they've come in on the outflank, these conscripts. And these tanks have just moved up to get in a bit of range. So these Fire Warriors are in massive trouble now. Horns of the buffalo, innit? Like, you've gone around that side, you're coming around this side, and I'm hiding in the middle. So very interesting this one. Obviously I haven't been able to touch Keith's backfield artillery. That's going to be a big task for me. I'm not sure how I'll get there now. But with that, what we'll do, we'll let Keith go into his shooting phase and we'll come back and do another review. Simply, I'd love to film all the dice rolls, but this would turn into like a 3-hour battle report. So we'll come back after Keith's done some shooting. So what a shooting phase that was. I'll let Keith decide he's going to have a measure up and look at some charges because I think stuff's going in. But we both spelled command points like there was no tomorrow there. And for some units there is no tomorrow. So the ghost keel has eventually gone with the drones that were behind him. But boy, did he take some firepower that turn. The commander over here, being within 8 inches of this, used the NeuroWeb system jammer to give it a -1 to hit. And I actually don't think it did that much. I don't think it did anything. The guys inside, las cannon teams and everything else shooting at the ghost keel, tickling wounds off here and there. These guys putting wounds in on it or hits in it. I made so many 4-up shield saves, it was unreal on the actual ghost keel. One of the drones, God bless it as well, made a couple of feel no pain saves to take las cannon shots. Pask missed with both his multi-melters on 2s. The rest of his guns hit, but like you said, it was just a case of stripping. It seemed to take forever to strip those 3 wounds off. The tanks down here were pretty ineffective. As you notice, there's not very many fire warriors here that come basically 2 Rivens. I think they only killed a couple of guys each. They had a really bad round. You end up having to put a basilisk into this. There was 1 guy left on 2 and they were from 2 separate squads. These guys, even with all their las cannons and orders which went off putting it in, just managed to keep a fire warrior alive, so he'll have a morale check. But it's worth, Keith will score a point for that because they were controlling it. The Bulgarins down here, he threw a grenade, got some hits on the big fella but didn't cause any damage. And that was it. That was scary. There was a lot of command points used on both sides, like I said. But yeah, well, he killed a ghost keel and some drones, but it was dangerous. I would have healed it up and it had so many melter shots it would have slagged the tank, wouldn't it? So that was good. So charges, are you going to declare any?
I'm thinking about it. Yeah,
well, I'll let him have a think and then we'll see what he's going to do. So Keith is using crush them, the stratagem. So if this guy gets any of you hitting on 2s, and he's declaring a charge against the crisis suits unit. So obviously I'm going to do some support and fire down here and get some overwatch. And this guy is going in against that. So he can't fail. We'll do the overwatch off camera. Actually, we might do this overwatch on camera because this is more interesting. But we'll see if Keith makes it. And I think was it 7-8 inches, something like that? 8 inches.
Wait, it would be 7 to be within an inch.
Yeah, so let's see what he gets and then we'll see. So 7. Pretty sure he said it was 7.
Well,
what we're going to do, this is the fusion guns from the commander who's going to do his for the greater good and the other unit. So we're looking for 5s and 6s.
There they are.
Some there. So we've got 3 hits on Overwatch. Be wounding on 4s. We're going to command point one of these. There it is, 2 wounds, -4, so there'll be no save. No save. Keith stealing more command points off us. And the damage, yeah, you must be within 9, aren't you? Because you are 7-inch charge away. So it's 2d6 pick the high, so 5 on the first one. And 1 on the second one.
Can you give me how much save first?
It's -4.
Oh,
so 6 wounds taken on the tank. And it definitely gets in. Boosh. With its 7-inch charge. And this Ogren over here who was off his nut, got his nut blown off. So the Riptide opened up first to support it there and took it out with one of the blast shots. But we'll let Keith roll on camera because he's got a lot of attacks here. Maybe a few less now, I don't know, he's a bit damaged, but probably still on his top profile.
Still top profile, I think we took 6 or 26. So 9 hitting on 2s.
Yeah, be hitting on 2s now.
I think we're 2 on 7.
I think he's strength 8, isn't he?
Strength 9.
Strength 9, so he's wounding on 3s. Not bad. There's 4 wounds, and it's minus something with a stratagem. Is it -2 for your tracks? -2 D3 damage. So I'm going to take it on this guy first, who's got the shield, and he's got the iridium armor upgrade, so he's a 2-up. So it'll be 4-up. I'll have to do this one at a time because there's enough to kill him if in a single hit. So that one I'm going to pass to the drone behind him. which I can't, so on a 5 up the drone will pass. The drone's alive. But there's still 2 left because he got 4, didn't you? So the next one, he saved. And the next one, he saved. He saved all the hits off the tank. Don't think I'll hurt you if I hit your back, but I'm going to pile in and we'll try. So Keith had to use a stratagem in the end of a command reroll to save himself some saving grace, because one of these crisis suits punched the tank and hurt it. But he used the command point like I said. So Keith scored 2 points that turn. He's got hold the line and he's killed the fire warrior off the objective for Hammer of the Emperor, I think it was.
Yep.
So he's winning 3-0. So we'll go into Tau turn 2 and we're going to draw our cards, and I think this turn we draw 3 because these guys are sitting on an objective. So are these, there's one down here, so we'll see what cards we get on our turn 2. So not bad cards for the Tau. So we've got advance, hold the line, defend 3 and secure 4. Hold the line should be a given, and obviously 4 is there, so that's going to be a good point there, a couple of points. Defend 3, these stealth suits are sitting on it, and what I might do is just dip behind there. We'll have to see, because obviously Keith's got Rivens and Basilisk. He doesn't need to be able to see us to shoot us, but it would just minimise the amount of other shots coming their way. So we'll have to have a think. I think these guys are going to fall back and start putting some melter shots into the big tank and see how we get on. So the Tau anyway moved up. Did a schoolboy error, I wasn't recording before. Obviously the drones are shuffled around. These guys are backed out of combat. Commanders moved forward. Another drone's popped down. The Riptide's used a command point, which leaves us on 1 now. So he's now overcharged and got a 3-up in gun. All these guys down here have stayed put. These fire warriors have moved up, so they're just within range of the conscript or the tank if they want to put a couple of little shots in, because that front tank's only on 2 wounds. A little bit of movement around here. These guys stayed put. The Piranha's just zipped over, and this tank's moved up to sit on 2, as has this guy, because obviously we don't want to give up objectives. It's early in the game, and the score is 3-0. I need to score some points this turn really. So with that, we'll go into the Tau shooting turn. Right, so we're going to interrupt mid shooting phase here, because we've done a few little bits and bobs down there. We've put some shots into the conscripts, thinned out quite a lot of them. All still down here is left to fire. These guys are left to fire. These are left to fire, and all here. And we started with this guy, and we've got Pathfinder's got really good, put 3 marker lights, and Darkstrider put some marker lights on this guy. And this guy did a few missiles over there, some SMS, didn't really do anything. A couple of cluster rockets killed a couple of guys, and then he's 4 destroyer missiles, which we're shooting them all, and he's pulse blast cannon at this. And now obviously because we've got the marker light hits, we'll hit on a 4-up with the missiles. And that was it. So that's 4d3 mortal wounds on the 1-shot missile. So we're going to roll this on camera. I was expecting to get 2. And see what we do. No? Nah, it's mortal, these are mortal wounds, these ones. So we've got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 wounds shedded off the super heavy straight away.
Got 12.
It's down to 12. And then we'll do some of the other ones off camera, but that was exceptional rolling. We'll see if we can shift this guy off. Right, so that's the end of the turn. The morale checks have come in. These conscripts lost a lot of guys. Keith didn't want to spend his points. I'm sure he's got a nasty plan for the remaining 5 command points he's got. Obviously managed to sit some stuff down here, just sit next to that 2. Took a few wounds off this Lehman Russ. It's down to 8. This guy escaped unscathed. We did try, but it didn't work. But the big news of the turn is down here. The super heavy is gone. We managed to blow it up. Luckily, I think actually the Riptide got the Riptide and he killed it with plasmas, didn't he? 2 or 3 plasma wounds to strip it off and managed to split fire, which never normally works. And the Basilisk over here took 4 strength 9 minus 3 hits and saved 3 of them on 6s. So what a hero that Basilisk is. But unfortunately, when this popped, the commander and the battlesuit still hadn't fired, so there was a 3-man las cannon team here. They got picked on. And the Sentinel here took a wound with a terrible fusion roll. And these guys lost a guy in the morale phase. But apart from that, that was the biggie. They got rid of the super heavy, was really big. But for the Guard, I don't think it's all over. I'm going to have my work cut out to get to these units in the backfield, the artillery. But the Rivens, I don't think there's not much there in range of really now, is there? The tanks and stuff down there, put some shots down there. But we'll see, because in that turn, I've started to defend 3. These guys decided to hide. Let's see what they can do. I will not score advance, but I will score hold the line and secure 4. So it's going to be 3 points to 2. We're going into Astra Militarum, turn 3. Keith's cards, bit of a mixed bag there. He obviously, there's no point in ditching secure 4 because he wasn't going to draw enough objective cards to have more than 6. But he's got secure 1 and chain of command. Chain of command is just get as many orders off as he can. You think he should easily get between 3 and 5. The 6th is going to be a bit difficult because his tank commander's got no other tanks in range of him. But that should score him a point quite easily. Objective 1 is right back up here, which obviously is going to be a bit tricky for him now. So he's got a big turn ahead and see what the Guard can do, whether they're going to hold ground or whether they're going to push on and try and get these Tau out. Because my hammerheads did nothing last turn, they really fluffed. So we'll see. Go into Guard, turn 3.
Yeah, it's fine.
So the Guard have moved out. Kelly's heroes, whoa, they're coming down here to put some hurt on the Tau. This squad's just shuffled on and just getting Vox cast range of the commander down there. Keith's done all his orders, we're not going to go through them all. A mix of first rank, second rank fire on my target, loads of different stuff. Pounding dust, yeah, they're all gone. So obviously the basilisks and stuff have remained stationary. He did attempt move on these guys down here and failed because he's going to try for a dash for number 2 down here. They needed a number 2, but they didn't get it. And then he used the command point, I think, to try and get it as well. Didn't pay off. And again, these tanks have stayed still. They're in killing range now. So the Tau sort of held up position here. There's a big shift around this side now. Keith's going to score his order card anyway for a point. Securing 4 and 1 though look like they're a bit too far away from him. So
impossible.
Yeah. So as well, if he doesn't manage to clear these guys off 3. I'll get 2 points this turn. I think that'll put me in the lead just. So I think Keith knows what he's got to do. So we'll go into the shooting phase. So they're arriving over there. The first one is going into a stealth unit down here. Try and clear these off 3. We're going to film some of these because I think we'll have a bit of time now.
17,
He's got 17 shots. So obviously the stealth suits are going to be -1 to hit, so you'll be hitting on 5s. But there's more than enough shots there, I think, to get rid of these guys. Whew, that's a good start, so hitting on 5s. Yep, reroll 1s because he didn't move, but there isn't any in there. Ready?
4s.
Yep, so it's a good round of hits there. These will be wounding on 4s, and obviously they've got the shred rule almost, so they'll be rerolling. Solid. Nice, we've got 5. So the stealth suit's 3 up warmer normally, 2 up in the cover. We're good from the first rivens around the shots. Second one, same target. Ooh.
As many shots though?
Nope, not as many shots this time.
7.
It's a good hit roll for the most shots though. 3 hits. 4 hits. Wounding on 4s, re-rolling. We've got 3. So again, same as before. So we've took our wound on one of the little dudes. Right, Keith really hates these and it's sensible. They're going to score me points. So he's using a command point. 2 command points for overlapping fields of fire. So he's got one of the points back.
So it's 4.
So he's down to 4, and that means these guys can reroll. They add 1 to that hit roll for any, because obviously the units took a wound. Any other unit that now shoots them adds 1 to that hit roll.
This guy, heavy bolters into the quite a suit first.
Yeah.
And then the cannon into
boom.
Them guys.
Yep.
So heavy bolter first, hit on 4s, I believe.
Yeah.
Hit on 1s, because I moved.
Got 1 hit, so it's a wound on a 4. It's a wound. I'm going to take it on the sushi leader. He's got a 2 up, the 2 up upgrade, so on a 3 up against the heavy bolter. Looks cocked from here.
Fine.
Yep, so he's saved. And then we'll see what the cannons, it's 2d6 and pick the highest. Ooh, 5 shots incoming, boys.
Hitting on 3s. Rerolling 1s.
It's just flat 4s because they're -1, but you're +1.
Oh yeah,
So it just negates each other out.
Yeah.
So you've got 3 hits. Be wounding on 2s. Oh, it's full house.
-3.
So these guys will be on. So we're looking for 5s. Ooh, so they go through. D3 damage will kill the first guy. So then the next guy. Right. Which way around do you want to do them? Because this D3 damage has killed one.
Then 2 damage.
Right, we'll do it that way so they're dead. Because technically, if you'd have rolled that one first, I'd still have a guy left on a wound.
Yeah, right.
But we'll take them off, they're dead. So he's cleared out these guys on 3, because I think he's put enough firepower into them to warrant them being dead anyway. So we'll move on to his next, see what he wants to do next. Let him have a think, see what's in range. So this guy is going to shoot downfield. Onto this hammerhead that's been on 2 wounds since turn 1.
3.
3 solid hits, it'll be wound on 3s. 2 wounds. So we're looking for 6s for the hammerhead.
There they are.
Oh my god, oh my god. Right, that was massively unexpected as well. Keith hates me, he hates my dice. Right, so we're going Las Cannon number 1 from Sentinel 1 at wounded.
I believe that's cocked.
Well, you'll be able to re-roll it either way, so it's a hit. It's a wound on 3. It's a wound. Can this guy get his 3rd 6 to save? No, he definitely can't. It's D6 damage. He's got 2 wounds left. 3, that's enough. Does it blow up?
Please do.
Don't get a 6 now. No, it doesn't blow up.
Sentinel's going with the green guy.
Sentinel number 2. Are you going?
No, the green suit guy.
Oh, the Riptide?
That's one.
Well, the Riptide's got his 3 up in run on this turn as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd save it either way. You know, 4s, 1s.
It's for the Cadian thing if people want to know why. So wounds on a 3.
Oh, and roll 2.
You haven't used the command point yet in the shooty phase.
No, it's all using now. And it was hand.
Did you get it back?
Yes, I do.
There you go. You didn't use it.
I didn't know exactly.
I can't wait for this, guys. When you activate these, it looks absolutely horrible for them from this angle.
No, it does not.
Right, so this guy, Keith, is sick of these drones now. Tank Commander's popping all these heavy bolters into here, and the Vanquisher and the Las Cannon. You see the Storm Surge?
Big white one, yeah.
A big white one.
Big scary one. Big bolters.
Heavy bolters.
3s, 1s.
And it's going to be 3s to wound the shield drones. Nice, 4 wounds. So we're looking for 4 up in wounds on the shield drones. And then the one that's got through a 5 up ignore wounds. Nope, so we've took a shield drone.
That's cannon.
Hit. Wound on a 3. Oh, it doesn't wound. Vanquisher.
2 shots on the Vanquisher cannon. 3s, 1s.
2 hits. 3s to wounds T7. Got 1 wound. He's got a 3 up armor. He's got a 4 up shield upgrade anyway, so I'm guessing it's going to go straight to the end run. Oh, he's saved. I've rolled pretty good to save, but don't tell Keith. He's cursing these tower saves. I have rolled ridiculously well in the last couple of turns, to be fair.
Right. I'm going to put everything, all my last gunshots into the drones, and melt a gun into the quite a suit guys.
Yep.
Melt the gun first.
It's a hit. It's a 3 to wound. It's a wound.
-4.
So I'm going to take it on the 2 up guy who's got the shield upgrade for a 4 up in run. Nope. See if I can pass this on to a drone. Yep, it's not a 1. So then on a 5 up, no. So a drone will go down from the melter shot. So we'll take down this one. Boop. Then we've got, did these have an order on them? No.
No, but the that fair range.
Yeah. We've got a lot of lasgun shots coming in.
17, 19.
Eat some lasers, boys.
The pistol, it's the same profile as
Yeah,
just
same
one shot.
over there.
So 11 shots, hit with 4s. These are the drones.
Drones, yeah. So it's 4s.
Not bad.
And it'll be 5s to wound. Two. It's got 2 4-up saves of the drones, and it's got an ignore wound on a 5. Oh, which it ignores. The drones are soaking it up. I might not soak up some fisticuffs though.
Yes, I
So these guys are opening up. The melter gun's out of range, so he can't get in, but he's going to put some more las gun shots into the drones.
And these guys are real ones at the moment. Not what I need to do.
Not bad. And it's the drones, yeah, the drone squad. So be wound on 5s.
Just the one.
The drones. So we're looking for a 4-up shield save. Oh, and then a 5-up ignore wounds. Oh, the drone. Is that balanced? Let's check it. Because Keith's losing the will to live.
It's fine.
It's balanced.
I believe you.
It happens when the drones save, it's horrible. So he's looking, I think everything's done down here. He's obviously just checking out the task and the demolisher and stuff to go.
See the top piece there, he's carrying us, so I can't talk.
So we'll let him measure up and have come back and see what he's going to do after that. So the devil dog who stayed still this time is coming into this guy who'd moved up to sit on the objective.
Multi-melter hitting on 6s.
Because he's very damaged.
We were on 1s.
Yeah, he didn't move yet. Nope.
D3 from the turret. Just 1. 6s. Nothing.
He's still going to sit and look at each other all game now. See, I've got no missiles left on this guy either.
2, 4, 6, 7.
So these guys are opening up with their las guns into it.
On 5s. That's 4.
Wow, we've been target practicing these guys. I think you got 4 before from 20.
Yeah, wound on 6s. Nothing.
Well, the commander, he's got
a bolt pistol. He did move, so that just leaves this guy. I was going to put everything into him as well.
Yeah, so he's got his Punisher cannon and 3 heavy bolters.
That's
so
right.
that's a lot of shots. 20 shots at strength 5, no rend, and 9 shots at strength 5, -1.
Still a heavy bolter. Hitting on 3s, we were on 1s. What is he? 3s, we were on 1s.
Yeah, so this guy again didn't move, so he's hitting on 3s, the tank commander, rerolling 1s. So he's healthy round the hits there. Strength 5 against T7, it'll be 5s to wound. Got 4, looks like.
3.
3 wounds, so we're looking for, this was the heavy bolters, so 4 ups. So he's dropped 2 wounds, and then you've got your Punisher cannon.
40 shots.
Yeah, because he didn't move well. He moved less than half, so you can fire it twice.
Didn't move at all.
Yeah. This is going to sting.
First round.
So we're down to 11 wounds. He has the first volley.
3s, we were on 1s.
So there's some reroll hits there as well. And these will be wounded on 5s for the first volley.
Oh.
1.
1.
1.
1.
Wow. Okay. So we're looking for a 3. Yep, saved. Volley number 2. We're just saying before, it's funny because my sort of heavy guns shifted this way to try and deal with the super heavy, and I couldn't really deal with these guys, but at the same time he's got his melter's not hitting. This guy's all about the dagger, so he's finding it difficult to wound the tank. Well, the last couple of dice rolls he has. Let's see how he does now. Take a healthy amount of hits. Yeah, so Keith's got big hands and he's having to use 2 hands. He had to pick up the dice, so you know that's a good amount of hits. And he's up for 5s to wound. Oh my god. 2?
3.
3?
4. It's 5 there as well.
So we're looking for 3 ups because this is the Punisher cannon. So we've dropped another one, so this guy's down to 10 wounds. So the Demolisher downfield, his main gun out of range. But he has got line of sight on this guy with 3 heavy bolters. So Keith's going to pop some shots in, try and take a few more wounds off. And then he's potentially thinking about a charge as well with a tank just to get a bit of board movement. So not bad. So he's looking for 5s to wound. Another 1.
It's a wound one, Phil.
But it is at -1, so we're looking for 4s up. Nope, he's saved. So I think that's all Keith's gun. Right, so the devil dog is going to go barking mad. Nah, he didn't make it in. He's going to try and get in this tank and then obviously bounce off it a little bit. I don't think you'd want to make a command. I'll do the Overwatch off camera. I don't think it'll do anything. But you've got charges around the other side as well, I think, potentially. So these guys are going in against the drones. Holy shit, they're brave. They've definitely made it in, but obviously we're going to do some support and fire. So we've got...
See you later, lads.
Yeah, you never know, they might make it in. We'll have to see who's within 6, see if she is as well, because they've all got melter guns.
Oh, she's definitely...
So we're going to do some Overwatch. Shadow Sun is within 6, so she's going to lend some weight. So these are melter guns, hitting on 5s and 6s. There's only 4 hits there. And these are 2s to kill. Yep, so he's lost 4 guys, but it's not going to stop the charge. They're still in. So 5 attacks with these guys, because the soldier gets 2 plus a bonus on for the chain swords. He's got 3 hits, one's on 5s. There's 1, so I'm going to leave them dice here because it's remind us how many downs have died. 4 up for the drone, no. 5 up to ignore the wound, nope. So they have took a drone out. I'll take 1 away and then I'll do some attacks back. So 3 drones attacking back. Got 1 hit. Got a wound. I think that's a wound.
Yeah.
Yep, it's a wound. So you got a 5 up save with the guardsman. Killed 1 each. He ate my drone. There was a pizza. He ate it. So I think that's it for combat. So I need to take a morale check on the drone unit, which have lost 3. And their leadership 6. Ooh, 9. That's the drone's gone. And your squad lost 4 guys, I think.
Yeah. We're going to lose these 2 here as well.
That's definitely cooked. No, they're good. Look at that. Mission accomplished. That was a terrible roll, 'cause obviously these don't have bonding knives, if anyone was wondering why the normal troops do. But that's bad for the tower. That's the... there's only a few drones left. There's 3 drones left to save all these guys. So Keith with that will score chain of command for a point. And are you going to discard a card or are you going to keep a hold of them?
Let's keep all of them.
Might as well. Yeah.
Yeah, to me, let's put 1.
Right, the score is 4-2 to the Imperial Guard, and I'll be drawing 3 objective markers this turn. So I'm sitting on a few. So I've got area denial, defend 1, which is quite good for me. I think that's a 1 in the bastion. Blood and guts. Let's kill something in the fight phase, and defend 3 was that one where obviously we still had before, which Keith knocked me off with a stealth suit. So we're going to have a look and see what I can do and come back after my movement. So the tower have moved. I've just totally forgot what it's called. Cayun, is it? Or Monka, the other one. It's called. So these guys have all advanced and they can fire as though they hadn't moved. The little drones advanced as well just to get next to them. Obviously there's only 1 drone to try and save these guys, but there's a couple in range of this commander now. The Pathfinder's moved up, didn't advance just to get in range of marker lights. And this Fair Warrior squad's come around again just to get in range of these guys. They've shuffled around on the objective. They've stayed still. You know, there might be an SMS ranger here, but they're looking downfield really now. Riptide jumped on here, because now he's bossing the battlefield, he can see stuff. He's also lost a mortal wound, because he's going to overcharge his gun to go to 6 shots. So he's down to 11 wounds now. He stayed still, because he's sitting nicely on the objective. Then the big decision was to bring this guy around here. The Fire Warriors have moved up to try and put some hurt down here, because I know Keith wasn't doing much to my tank, but I've literally got nothing around here to sort of tackle this other than small arms fire, and that'll take all night to get through a Lehman Russ, I think. And the stealth unit, they advanced from in this tower, got a good advance roll of 4 or 5 to sit within 3 of that, and again try and defend objective 3. So we'll see in Keith's turn if his basilisks can then remove another stealth unit. Which is why I think I'm going to try and pick on a basilisk unit this turn. So we'll come back after the tower have done some shooting. The tower needed to roll well there. My god, that was a devastating round of fire. Absolutely brutal. So these guys popped out got I think 2 or 3 marker light hits, still hitting on 5s after moving. And these guys just pumped all their shots into the Lehman Russ and just wasted it. That's a marker light hit that's gone. The Riptide did amazing as well. I think he did a couple of plasma shots. Took 2, he popped the tank down here, didn't he? The Devil Dog with his plasmas.
Yeah,
and he took out a Basilisk with his overcharged gun. These guys, you would not believe how much they whiffed that turn. Hit and didn't wound and failed to hit with long strike. But to be fair, I did a boo-boo. I did the marker lights after. I should have marker lit first and then hit up. These guys all, like I said, move around this way to put some fire in and manage to kill off the conscripts. These 2 little guys here were just in range of long strikes SMS, so he finished them off. And then round here, like I said, this guy, plasma hit that, it blew up. Oh no, sorry, it was he finished off with his missiles, the last wound, didn't he? Some of the small missiles. It blew up, took a couple of mortar wounds off the Lehman Russ, which then got hit by the pulse driver cannon and got 3 wounds through, failed its saves, and then just did massive damage on it. And then it didn't go. The Basilisk, did the Basilisk down there blew up?
Blew up and took
blew up, took a couple of mortar wounds off that. So from a turn of none of the tanks going to 2 or 3 all blowing up and causing some big mortar wounds, that was pretty effective for the Tau. And now what we're going to try and do to get blood and guts is this is going to charge this guy. So I'll let Keith do some Overwatch.
One day.
So he just got a plasma pistol.
No, bull pistol. Nothing.
So he's missed, just roll the dice for. So we're in 5 inches. So we'll come back with some combat. So the Piranha has 2 attacks. I'm looking for a 6. No, doesn't get any hits. It's a bit of a gamble. This guy can fight back. He's got power sword as well.
3 attacks sitting on 3s.
Wow, oh, he's angry.
5 up.
So he's looking for 5s to wound. It'll go straight through the armour. There's a wound, which will knock this guy down to 5 wounds.
I'll teach you try to wound you.
Yeah, I thought it may have a bit better than that, but went for the blood and guts anyway. So I think with that, killing this tank was massively important because it was within 12 of the middle of the table. So the Tau are going to get D3 for area denial. And I'll have a look at the other cards. Actually, we'll see what the D3 is over here. Just the 1. So we got 1 for area denial.
Okay.
So I'm now starting to defend 1 and 3. So obviously Keith can't. He's going to struggle with 1 because there's a character sitting on it that he'll not be able to target. So it looks like 2 points for me at the end of the turn. Which, if Keith doesn't score, will put me in the lead because at the minute it's 4-3. And obviously I've got defend 3 as well. So we'll see what cards Keith gets on turn 4. So Keith's obviously got mixed orders here. They want to defend 3 as well. There's nobody near it. Still got secure 4 and 1, which are way back in the Tau lines now. And Kingslayer. So this guy is target number 1, priority target. So Keith's still got a lot of indirect fire, shifting these guys. I rolled really well for my saves last time, and you rolled pretty poorly for some of your shots. So, well, Keith have a measure up and a move. And come back with his review and a shooting phase. So the Guard have finished their move. I nearly said moved, but not much has gone on. These guys are staying put. They'll be within order range, so they're going to get 1st rank, 2nd rank. And the Demolisher tanks moved round, putting them nicely in range of these guys now. Pask's moved. You'll still be able to fire twice because he hasn't moved more than half his distance. Yes. And these guys have stayed put. These guys have had the order on to reroll 1s to hit because they have moved. But they've got some views now with the character down here, and they've got some sniper rifles, so they could come into the fray. You do it in combat. Is he staying in combat?
Me as well.
Yeah, he cannot shoot, can he? So he's actually probably better off there. He's got a good chance of slashing it to bits, really, to be fair. So I think it's operation, remove these, and snipe my warlord, isn't it, if you can?
Pretty much, yeah.
So we'll come back with some shooties.
It's going to be 14.
So all these las guns are going for this drone. He's
20.
absolutely sick of it. He wants to get rid of it because obviously it's protecting all these guys here. So you can get rid of it early, and then he can start. I think he's looking at his Demolisher or even his Basilisks to take out those crisis suits.
Hitting on 4s, we want
There's
1s.
28 shots come up. There's the first batch. Another 5s to wound. It's pretty good too.
2 wounds on it.
So 2 4-ups on the drone. Oh, he saved the first batch. Here come the next million.
Again, 5s.
The 1 this time. Oh, he saved.
Take 2 away because the last one was good.
We'll get him, yeah. This is the drone's time, I think, now.
Ones. That was a 3.
I'm looking for 5s.
Not 1.
Oh. You know what it is? You've rolled pretty good with all your guns, and once you come to your last guns and the way to fire, you've rolled pretty poorly.
Not that good.
In your face, this has got to get it 2s. Looking for a 4-up. That's a fail, isn't it? Yeah. So we're looking for, it's now you do your damage because it's not taking any wounds for people.
Around half range, isn't it?
Nah, you're over 6, I think. So, are you command pointing it to make sure the drone dies because it does have the ignore wounds on a 5-up. No. So on a 5-up, no, it's dead. The drone is dead. Well, Las Cannon Sentinel 1 into the crisis team.
3 4 ones.
Yeah.
Nothing.
He's missed.
Second
Second one, same
Just
target.
Just hit.
Yeah. 3s.
Just wound.
It's definitely a wound, so I'm going to take it on this guy to get his 4-up shield save. No drones to pass it off to this time. Just the 2 wounds.
2.
Are you command pointing that?
I will.
These guys are 3 wounds apiece. So yeah, he's dead. And he doesn't get it back. So the big D.
Yeah, too much reason.
Coming into these, this could be the end of the crisis team here. There's no drones to help them out now after that horrific morale test.
Hitting 4 solos.
Ouch.
Okay.
Oh, you moved as well, didn't you?
Yeah.
He's got 2 hits. He is strength 10 though, so he's wounded on 2. Oh, they're the heavy ballers first, sorry. So we've got 1 wound. So we're looking for a 4-up. He's a save.
Now with the big cannon. 1d3.
2 shots.
Hitting on 3s.
Yeah, he's a tank commander, so he's got 2 hits.
2 hits. Strength 10.
Wounds on 2s. Oh, just
1
the
wound.
1. It's -3, isn't it?
Minus.
That was a long pause there for a reason. Keith just double checked. I was like, Keith, don't look at the table, don't look. Yeah, so that's a save against the Demolisher Cannon. We still do have pass counting round on the corner though.
Yeah,
And there's a Basilisk down here. Pask's putting another full lot into the crisis suit. So he's multi-malus first, he's got a solid hit, needs a 3 to wound. That's definitely cocked. Oh no. The last cannon, yeah. That's definite hit.
no, it's not because I moved. Oh yeah,
Hits,
this,
yeah, hits and 3s.
It's wound.
That's a wound, so I'm looking for a 6 against the crisis suits. Can they make it 2 in a row? No, so it's D6 damage, just a 1. So just missed that there, he's got 6 shots with the battle cannon. Got a full round of hits, wounds on 3s, this could be the end of the crisis suits I think. Definitely looks like a 3, should still be enough. So at -2 on the crisis suits, so we're looking for 5 ups. Oh yeah, I said I think Pass could get him, so...
D3.
Ooh, D3.
1, 2 and a 3.
Come on, so the veteran snipers down here, they have moved, but they're aiming for the warlord. That's the objective of that mission they've been told. So, hitting on 4s. Ooh, do you want that again to wound? That would be nice.
That would be very nice.
So they'll be wounding them on 5s, but 6s are mortal wound in addition. So they've got a mortal wound, which I'm pretty sure you can't pass off, because I haven't failed to save. Pass it off, and then it was a normal armour save, which is a 2 up, which he's passed, or a 4 up in run on his shield. So yeah, he started, he's wounded. I think that leaves the Rivens, the Basilisk, and obviously this squad if they're in range of anything. So Wyvern number 1, targeting these guys. That's a lot of shots. 15 shots.
Yeah.
So these are hitting on 5s. You can reroll 1s because he didn't move. Not bad. Wounding on 4s and rerolling any failed.
Only need 1 wound.
Yeah, he's looking to use his stratagem. Yeah, it pulls off. That's good though. That's 4 wounds.
Oh, we will. Yeah.
4 wounds. But I will be saving on 2s in that cover. Oh, no, and go through. Rinse repeat with the second one.
That was many shots. Like 79.
10. Again, re-rolling the 1s, a couple, and that's a good solid round of hits for having hit on 5s. You've only missed 3 times.
3, yeah.
Not bad, 7 hits. We're looking for 4s re-rolling. It's a good job you get that re-roll.
Not them ones.
There you go, that's good. That's 5. He's praying for a 1. I'm praying for anything except 1s. Oh, they've saved. Saved them all. Not the no rend on the Ravens really. It struggles against like that kind of armour, doesn't it? The 2-up save.
It does. And then just be Basilisk.
So the Basilisk, I think, coming in next. Coming in hot. 6 shots. Two solid hits. Oof. 2 definite wounds. We've got 1 save, so that's D3 damage. Well, the 2's enough to kill a unit guy, so take that one off, but we're still going to be within 3. So at the end of Keith's turn there, obviously I had to defend this and that, so the tower going to get a 4-point boost. Keith is going to score.
Nothing.
No?
Nothing.
Are you ditching any this turn? I would ditching that. No.
Right. So I can gain is 2.
2 more.
Yeah.
Well, actually, you've got some combat over there,
yeah.
but we'll come back with that. Right, so Keith's going to, these guard are going to push out. They're going to try and contact Shadow Sun. Obviously, I might be able to heroically intervene, but Keith just wants to put some wounds on these characters now and then put me on the back foot a little bit. So we'll let him make his charge roll. I think, was it 8 or 9? I can't remember what he said. He's got a 9-inch charge. Is he going to command point that one? They're definitely in. So this guy will do some support and fire as well, and we'll see what happens. So we'll watch on 5s and 6s. So we've got 3 hits. These will kill on 2s. So he's going to lose 3 guardsmen on the way in, but he's in. So they're in. The Brave Guard. Keith ain't afraid to charge when he has to. This guy's heroically intervened at the end of the charge phase, but he's going to put all his attacks into Shadow Sun to try and smash her off the face of the earth. So we forgot to finish the hit roll there, but obviously her camouflage fields, he'd be hitting on a -1, but he's got this many hits. He's wounding on 5s because she's toughness 4, so he's got 2. She'll be on a 3-up. Oh no, she's saved. We'll do some attacks back. So this is the guy on the far side down there that's cutting wings off the piranha. Oh, nope, no wound.
Nope.
So what I'll do is I'll activate the piranha. So we'll get into 2 attacks I said, wasn't it? Sorry, so there's 1, 2, no hits. And then these guys, I'm going to use the 1-inch punch on your gauntlet because I don't think I'm going to get to use it anyway. So I'll roll a blue dice. So they basically get 4 attacks each. So I'm going to roll all these dice together because Shadow Sun and this guy both hit on 3s. They'll be wounding on 3s, but the Onager Gauntlet, which I'm going to make 1 attack for this guy, will be wounding on killing on a 2. So looking for 3s. So we're going to miss with the Gauntlet. We're looking for 3s. So we've got 3 wounds on the guard squad. No negatives. And Keith's amazed how bad the characters are. It's 2 characters attacking. We'll kill 3 guys. Morale might be a thing. So, morale check.
Mhm.
Are you going to re-roll it with some command points? Or you just, I think that would be the lot, wouldn't it? 12, that would be the squad. So a tough turn for the Guard there. Obviously struggling now, some of their bigger tanks are gone with a lot of the sort of las cannon firepower. No points scored that turn. Keith's cards are pretty unkind, let's be fair. So we're going to draw the Tau cards. We've obviously got our defend points. In this turn we'll be drawing 1, 2, 3, 4 cards. Yep, 4 cards.
That's what we're going to do now.
So it's looking, let's say, it's looking good for the Tau now. Obviously being able to draw a lot of cards is really helping out. And then we've got the priority orders, which is the Warlord one, which is defend 5, which is actually just in front of him. So he could maybe jump on that. Big game hunter and overwhelming firepower, obviously shoot things. There's a Guard squad sitting on this. Blood and Guts and Advance. So these 3 are pretty unlikely. These 3, well, I can't score the defend yet, but they could be achieved. So we'll come back after the Tau moved in their turn 4. So the Tau are advancing en masse. They actually are advancing as well. This guy advanced. The Fire Warriors just moved up. These guys sat still. These have all sat still. Look at this guy. It's him against the world. Look at that. Ridiculous. This thing backed out of combat just to get in range of these guys. The Riptides jumped over from here. And Dark Striders moved up just to get him within marker light range of that Demolisher tank. These stealth suits, which have done fantastic, move forward again. They're just within fusion range now of the Demolisher. And these Pathfinders have moved up to get within range, marker light range. She's just fallen over. Shadow Sun's been drinking. These guys have moved in for the kill. Now obviously my Warlord needs to defend 5, so I've got the shield drones as close to him as I can. It's just about putting the hurt on this turn. This long strikes eventually moved around here. So he's got good view down the field at that Demolisher tank as well that he's going to take on. And this other guy in the back tank is going to support against some of those Sentinels, I think. So with that, we'll go into the Tau shooting phase. I'm going to just do a quick overview here, because there's still quite a lot of dice to roll and it's getting late, I think, for our time. So the Tau finished that shooting. Long strike, yeah, he's picked his moment. This Hammerhead didn't do anything either, but long strike, fired his railgun through, finished off the Demolisher, which had took a few wounds anyway. The Riptide again, fantastic shooting round from him. Couple of plasma rounds into it, I think caused a couple of wounds, and then a solid round of hits with his overcharged gun. These guys down here made light work of the Sentinels, just picked on 1 each. Keith used the stratagem going to ground, or does it take cover, something like that?
Take cover, yeah.
So these guys ate up all the shots from the burst cannons and the drones and the SMS missiles, and some of the missiles off this guy.
Way morale though for it.
Oh yeah, morale check needed, yeah, sorry. And then obviously these guys, one guy that only eventually took it in the face, and they passed morale on a 1, so they're holding. So this, I think, would be the last Guard turn anyway. Turn 5 is getting late. But we'll have to count up the points and see what we're at. Yeah. So the Tau, after that turn, massively jumped up in the lead. We just rolled and got 3 points, because I killed more than 3 units for the overwhelming firepower. So that, at the minute, is 9 points, I think, to Keith's 4. He's laughing, he must have drew an absolutely horrendous card. I'm starting to do this with my Warlord, which Keith's got his card to kill. These 3 are pretty pointless. So what I am going to do is ditch advance, because I've actually got the luxury of being able to draw more cards now, I think. So we'll have a look and see what Keith draws on his turn 5. So he's got secure 5, so not only does this guy want to die, they want to go and like trample on his body and have a party on it. So I think points wise I'm too far away for Keith to catch, but definitely. It's strange that, you know, that's doable, especially with Guard and the move orders. They've got move. I think it'll be interesting to people see, you know, it looks miles away, but all of a sudden you could have loads of bodies around here. But we'll let Keith do a move up and see where we end up. So we have moved. And these guys who were there are now having a party over here. Obviously they'll not be able to shoot, but the orders have passed, so they are stopping me defending that objective, and they are going to score that objective because they are troops and I am not. More importantly, it puts the Basilisk and Commander Pask and some snipers very, very close to this commander. So where's Keith going to start?
I'm going to put the wagons in the thingies.
Into the drones?
Drones, yeah.
Yeah, see he's learning as he's fighting. Priority target 1, drones.
12.
Ouch. 20 shots.
We will once.
That's that many hits. Miraculously no ones, which is really strange. And you're looking for 4s to wound re-rolling. Looking for 6 4-ups for the shield drones. We dropped 2. And we're looking for 5-ups. Sorry, Keith.
It's alright, we'll let you know.
Sorry.
Heavy ball there. 1 hit.
Wound on a 3.
Doesn't wound. Second webs will do exactly the same.
Yeah.
But I don't think he puts ball around because he can't see.
We'll have a look, hang on.
But big shots first. 12, then going 15.
15 shots, another good roll.
5.
Hitting on 4s, reroll on 1s. That's a pretty good hit roll. So these wound on 4s have got 14 hits.
Yeah, jinxes.
That's not too bad. 7.
6.
Made 6 last time, spitting las rounds. So we're looking for 4s. Oh, there's a few more failed there. And we're looking for 5s. No, they've gone this time. So now the drones are gone, the Basilisks letting it rip. Ooh, 5 shots. Tells out the command points, can't do any nasty shenanigans. Oh god, 4 hits. Looking for 3s to wound. So it's 3. So this guy's got a 4-up shield, or a 2-up armour, which would take him 5 up. So he's dropped 1, so it's D3 damage.
So 1. Can use a command reroll.
Yeah.
Last one.
So he's took the full 3.
Door spanners. Oh, I'll keep it.
Oh, nice. So he's down to 1 wound.
Now Pask.
Are you going to go with snipers first or Pask? Because a lucky 6 on this guy with snipers,
Yes,
and he's gone.
Yeah,
And Pask would have range to get other things, I think.
Get her. Yeah. Go on then.
I baited him. No, I think it's the right choice.
Snipers.
And they got an auto issue on them to reroll 1s.
Yes.
Yep.
So yeah. Fire my target.
So we've got
2 hits.
2 hits because the veterans, yeah. And you're looking for 5s to wound, but magic 6s.
Nothing.
No. It's worth a shot.
So now comes up Pask.
Pask, it's up to you.
Multi-matters first. Everything's into him. Just everything. Oh god. Multi-matters hitting on 4s because I moved. 2 hits.
Ooh, that pass means business's turn. 1 wound. So we're looking for a 4-up shield. It's cocked.
Definitely.
It's cocked. I'm not doing this on purpose. This time, don't roll on any stones. Right, it's gone through, he's dead.
D6.
Dead because I'm out of command points. It's cocked anyway, but that's it. That's Warlord and Kingslayer. And that's the end of your shooting phase as well, I think, isn't it?
So
you've got D3 points for the Kingslayer. Got a chance to score big here and pull some points back. It's the big 3, plus it'll be Warlord is 4 points.
Yep.
And you'll
Plus
also secure 5. So you have secure 5, slay the Warlord, and 3. Well, Kingslayer, so you scored 5 points that turn, which will put you on 9.
Yeah.
So now it's 9 points to 9 with a Tau going into their 5th turn. So we'll draw cards and see what mission I've got. but looking very thin on the ground now.
Why?
So the cards for the Tau are pretty good. Behind enemy lines, secure 1 and secure 6.
Yeah, sure, that's
Right, so we'll do an overview of the movement phase there. She's just sitting on 1. She's just shuffled forward an inch because on my cards, obviously, the setup zone was literally there, so she's just jumped in, get the benefit of cover. These guys have just stayed put. For shits and giggles, we'll just jump them down into the setup zone. Keith's going to concede because obviously at the end of this movement phase, I'm going to be a couple of points ahead anyway, and he's probably not going to have much stuff left. Because obviously she's in range of Pask. He's in range of Pask. These guys have moved up. I'm sitting pretty on there. Dark Strider's moved back to secure as 1, which will put me a point in the lead. Behind enemy lines is going to be scored by potentially 3 units.
So it'll be D3 was it?
I think so.
It's
So yeah, potentially minimum 1 point for her, potentially D3 with these 3 units sitting in here. So that could put me 4 points in the lead at a worst case scenario. And then like I said, it's just a case of picking on tanks now. So I'm not even sure if I can see you down here. No, I haven't moved these round, but if I did, I would have put Pask into line of sight. But like I said, we just had a look at the cards and then Keith's going to call it. So we'll not take the Tau shooting phase because it would just be rolling dice for nothing, I think. Because obviously the Rivens, I can tell you exactly what will happen. These would probably die away to fire. Pask could be dead. And that would probably be about it. Because everything else is out of range and out of line of sight. And then even if it went on another turn, it would just be a case of you'd have drawn 1 card.
I'd probably get tabled, I would imagine.
Maybes.
Because you would advance everything more forward and yeah.
I would find it difficult to get line of sight on those in range, but
true.
the Riptide could jump down and take 1 out. I honestly don't think I could table it, just the way your stuff is, and it's hidden by the mountains, like this guy. He's trudged around the last couple of turns, he doesn't mean he would do much, he can't see them, they're fully hidden.
Okay, so your Riptide will move to there though.
That's what I'm saying, yeah, the Riptide could jump over, he could put some fire down in here, obviously assuming this guy's gone.
Yeah.
She would probably jump over and melt the Basilisk. So these guys would probably be safe, but then you're right, they'd have basically a Riptide that couldn't target the character with a fusion gun, so it would just come in, close them down. Obviously the tank down here with the Markerite has got a bead on Pask as well, along down at his turret. So I can help out the Riptide. That was a game I think that was decided on really poor shooting rolls for 2 turns, and when your rolls were poor, actually weren't that poor, the saves.
Yeah, that was good saves. And
But on both sides, wasn't it? It was a case of poor shooting and wounding, but when the wounds were coming through, there was some really good saves made, especially, I mean, the Riptide on the other Basilisk, you got 3 6s, and then we didn't catch us on camera, but when I got 4 wounds on it, and Keith's like, I'm going to roll 4 6s. He didn't, but then he rolled a 6 to explode.
yeah.
He used the command point to re-roll it, got a 6, so it definitely did explode. Then rolled to see if he got his command point back and got a 6. So he did get 3 6s in a row, just at the wrong time. If he had got them for the saves, it would have been alive. Ironically, it would have been alive. Well, that was a very interesting game. Good game, Keith.
Was, yeah.
Thanks for coming. First game of the God on the channel. Unfortunately, it's a defeat, but you're not used to that. With the God, you normally do really, really well.
Race of the Tau. That's the first time I played the Tau.
So I think you'll learn from next time. But
yeah.
like I said, with this Tau, I took a lot of different units, and to be fair, like the stealth suits, I'm not a massive fan on. But in this, against the God, that -1 to hit them, and their save,
Huge difference here.
the bonus to their save meant those tanks, which are normally horrible,
Yeah.
actually didn't do too good against them. I was pleasantly surprised. And then a lot of your firepower, I was just making the saves. I think having the shield on I'm not a big fan of the crisis suits for what they do.
No.
But every time I needed to make a save with a shield on a 4-up run against like las cannons and multi-melters, I was making it, or you were rolling 2s to wound or 1s. So I mean, everyone with inruns tended to make them against the big damage weapons, and it was the little damage guns, even against the ghost skill.
Yeah.
It was the heavy bolters, took them out.
Was.
50 of them, but it took them out. But kept hitting them with las cannons and stuff as well, and when they were hitting, he was making his 4-up shield save, which is disheartening. I know what it's like. I've faced the Tau before. I remember facing them with my Orc army back in, I think it was pre-7th, it may have even been 6th edition, and I kid you not, I didn't even contact his army. It was just an absolute murderous Tau gun line. And I know Michael has nightmares about 7th edition when he took a dirty chaos list and he told me to take a dirty Tau list.
Ah, yes, I remember that, yeah.
And that was horrible. It was horrible to play in because it was just murderous.
Yeah.
It was filthy. But the Tau, they're not. I definitely don't think they're OP. They've got some good units. I mean, Keith will probably feel hurt, but you know, there's units down here. They're good. Some games are really good, but some games are really bad. Having the -4 against tanks helps because negating a tank save, especially against the Guard, is really good. But you know, I like the Tau, but obviously me and Keith were just saying, you know, the games take really long because basically we've got no psychic phase to kill people in, which you think it should be quicker, but it's actually not. There's no psychic phase to kill people. There's no combat phase to help remove models, and it's all on shooting. And if you're missing half your shots and I'm missing half my shots, it's a slower game. And obviously every model's got 3-4 guns as well, so it takes a lot of time to get through. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this battle report. Didn't manage to film all the dice rolls, but trust us, we've been playing a long time. And we're tired. I want to go to bed. It was light when we started. It's pitch black now.
9 midnight.
So thanks for watching. See you again soon.